Someone recently reached out to me in my direct messages to ask me about my thoughts on photo radar. And while I've talked a lot about British Columbia's intersection enforcement cameras, the speed on green and red light cameras we have, I haven't really talked a lot about photo radar. But you're probably not going to be surprised at what my opinion is. I don't like it. And I don't like it for a number of reasons. First of all, we don't like to be governed by robots and to have law enforcement done by robots, but also there is an important human element to law enforcement. When it comes to things like photo radar, that individual discretion that police are entitled to exercise doesn't get exercised. The police don't look at somebody's driving history, talk to them about the circumstances. Maybe there was some legitimate reason they were speeding. For example, when my grandfather was about to pass and I had to get to the hospital where he was, I sped real bad. And I bet if I had been pulled over in that situation, and I wasn't, thank goodness, and the officer had learned that that was my reason, I probably would have got a warning, because most officers are not really so heartless that they're going to be like, no, don't speed so that you can make it to the very last ferry to get to the island so that you can say goodbye to a family member, because this might be the very last time you get to see them, right? Like, that's the type of individual discretion that happens in policing that doesn't happen when you have enforcement by robots. But it's more than that. It's also about the accuracy of the process. When you have an individual human doing the speed enforcement, looking at the vehicle, making a visual estimate of the vehicle, then using their device to measure the speed of the vehicle, there is that judgment call that they're making about whether or not the reading they're getting is accurate. Whereas with photo radar type systems, we just trust that the instrumentation was accurate. And yes, there are checks done after the fact, but is everything that's gone wrong always going to be caught? No, because there isn't that individual assessment in every individual case to make sure that at that very moment, things were working correctly. And we've all had an electronic device that has some weird glitch in one moment that then never happens again, or only happens once in a while, and you can't predict and you can't repeat it. We've all had that, thing happen with our car, then we take it to the mechanic and it doesn't happen when we're at the mechanic, right? This same thing can happen with photo radar devices. So I don't trust them because there isn't the opportunity in the moment of issuing the ticket to ensure that everything went correctly and as it was supposed to.